and welcome to GullyTalk that brings to you all the action of IPL 2025. Well, we are at the business end of this season. It's time for the first qualifier, RCB versus Punjab Kings. Well, let's break this down with our panel, the strengths, the weaknesses, the pressure points, valuable players, all that and much, much more. My name is Saru and joining me on the panel are familiar faces Hari sir and Abhishek. Firstly, Hari sir, what are your thoughts about what has been the journey for both these teams?
I think both these teams had a phenomenal run up to this stage to reach this playoffs. I think both these teams deserved more than any other teams. Their consistencies, let me take RCB. Contrary to what people believe that they somewhere drop their forms, this year it is never like that from the way they have started, but for some small lull in their form. But they came up very strongly in the last 4-5 matches also, leave that one loss. Very consistent in batting, excellent bowling, and their fielding also, I think, was one up beyond other teams. And take the other team, the Punjab Kings, and they were on a roll, especially in their home ground and their openers, both the openers, aggressive openers, giving them rollicking starts, and Shreyas in such a lovely form. And both the pace bowlers, the tall Jansen and Arshdeep, I think they put the brakes on the oppositions every time they came to bowl. I think all in all, it has been a tremendous team effort by both these teams, very deservingly number one and number two.
Awesome. Hari sir, you're already making this whole red encounter, the first qualifier, very interesting. Abhishek, what about you? I know Hari sir is a I can already see the fanboy in him for RCB. I know you are a fanboy of the Shreyas Ponting duo, if I'm right.
Yes. I have to agree that the Shreyas Ponting duo has done wonders. I was not expecting this from Punjab at all, considering the legacy of 18 years. But to be into a qualifier after a decade or so, I think kudos to that tweak by the management, because now the entire Punjab team seems to be believing in their abilities, and they have all their pieces in place. And of course, I know Hari sir is a great RCB fan. I'm somewhere in between, but I'm equally surprised by how RCB has been doing. I don't want to get trolled, but I'll tell you, yes, RCB great going. I know it's taken, I think in RCB's case also, another 6 to 8 years to come back to this position. So consistency is key, like Hari sir mentioned. Both teams seem to be reaching the tipping point at the right time. Now it's only about holding your nerves and then silverware in their kitty.
Abhishek, Saru, I must pitch in here. My loyalties are also divided. You know why? Punjab Kings has got my old company's logo on their team. And when I see Valvoline, I always feel that there's something that I need to support this team. So tomorrow is going to be a very, very tough day for me.
Awesome. So we'll find out tomorrow. I don't think we need to wait too long for that. This is first match that is happening at Mulanpur. And just to sort of give you a background, I think Punjab has played 4 matches and they have a 50% record. They've won 2 of them and they've lost 2 of them. RCB is one team which has beaten Punjab on this ground. The other team, of course, being RR. So that's an interesting one. I think this ground has been has sort of been a little tricky. There are teams which have gotten close to 200, but there are also teams, in fact, Punjab in one odd situation wherein they've found it difficult to even chase close to 150. So it's been a little bit of a tricky situation in terms of both a high score as well as chasing, or rather falling short when you're chasing a high score, but quite a bit of runs. So that's the encounter that we're looking at. And so yes, just given from the ground situation, Hari sir, what do you think are the strengths and what do you think are going to be like the pressure points which each of these teams is going to take forward into this encounter?
See, traditionally, I think both Mohali and Mulanpur have got more or less the same soil and the pitches are more or less same. And Mohali, if you remember historically, also has been a only Indian pitch where pace bowlers get some help. And one of the reasons probably there can be small differences between the pitches that were played on different matches. The match that RCB beat Punjab Kings, I think that wicket was very tough for the batsman. And Punjab depends a lot on the openers. If the openers don't do well, the top three don't do well, I think they are in big trouble. So that's being the case, and the pitch supporting the pace bowlers and some movement there in the initial overs. And that's going to be a key factor tomorrow also. Mind you, both the teams have got excellent pace attack with Hazelwood back in RCB and Ashdeep at the top of his form. Both have got star pace bowlers who can move the ball and who bowl those difficult lengths. So this pitch is not that easy for openers to come and really go slam bang. It's not our Chinnaswamy Stadium, or it's not Delhi, Ferozshah Kotla. So that being the condition, tomorrow is going to be a good chance for pace bowlers to really show up and get the initial breakthroughs. That will be a little disappointment for the openers if that is going to be the pitch that is offered tomorrow.
Yes, in fact, I think Punjab is going to be missing the services of Jansen.
Yes.
So that will be a miss from, and there has also been a little bit of reluctance from Punjab to play spin. Is that because of these kind of grounds? Because if you do see that someone like Brar only came into the scheme much later,
and they decided to drop Chahal. Just imagine a match winner, highest wicket taker in IPL history. Chahal is rested, but I have a feeling that tomorrow against RCB, Chahal will be given the ball for sure. And despite absence of Jansen, they have Omar Zai, who is also a very, very seasoned T20 bowler who bowls those lengths and has those movements. So they're not really handicapped when it comes to bowling, despite Jansen's not being there tomorrow.
Abhishek, what about you? I mean, there's Shreyas Iyer who's now who is the leading run getter for Punjab, and there's of course Kohli doing Kohli things for RCB.
Yes.
What do you think are the strengths and sort of the pain points that each of these teams is carrying forward to this big day?
I think I'll take a leave from what Hari sir has said, that I would like to see the bowlers boss over the batsman for a change. I know we all enjoy slam bam from the opening set of batsmen, but if Arshdeep has his ammo in check, and of course, I think a good point there by Hari sir was that Punjab's middle order is also not really tested. So unless and until, of course, they're dependent on the openers to give them rollicking starts. So that's great. But if they don't get that, there could be some problems there. Though Ricky Ponting is very confident, but that's the greatness of the shortest format of the game. So I'll my aces for Punjab would be Arshdeep for sure from a bowling standpoint. I'm looking at Shreyas to come good. Of course, not saying that Prabh Simran will not come good, but maybe Shreyas has a point to prove. And you never know, he could become that one captain to take 3 different teams to the final. So that is also possible. RCB standpoint, I think I would love, I know we were just speaking about this before the recording, but maybe this is 18th year, jersey number 18 has that chance. So there's a lot to look forward to. And for one thing, I think you will all agree, for once in all these 18 years, RCB is not 100% dependent on Kohli. They have some people, they have some units who are performing around Virat perhaps. So that is a good sign that they're not 90% dependent on Virat to get a good score. So I think I'm licking my lips in anticipation. If Hazelwood plays, Hazelwood is an ace for them for sure. And from a batting standpoint, I loved what I saw with Jitesh just a couple of days ago. So maybe that's an ace for them too.
Yes, of course. In fact, both Arshdeep and Hazelwood they have 18 wickets each. Hazelwood, in fact, has that bunch of wickets with him, probably playing less number of matches, and he probably will be a key factor for RCB, but also given that he's going to be coming back after considerable amount of break, uh, that will be interesting to see.
But these are Aussies. These are Aussies. They just know what to do in high pressure situations.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the ground and pitch also suits pace bowling. The boundaries squares are a little longer, so they are good at bowling to batsmen those difficult lengths. And most of the Indian batsmen, with all respects to people like Shreyas, also they are not good in back foot play, and there's a lot of improvement for sure. But their trump card, according to me, along with Shreyas, is young Priyansh. I think his back foot play is excellent. For a ball that's coming up outside the off stump, the way he slays it, I think those are the scoring options that not many Indian batsmen give to their teams. The way he clears infield and gets boundaries in the power play is a huge benefit that Punjab Kings had this year.
Awesome. On that note, any recommendations from your end in terms of what would be their ideal playing 11? I know it's a little bit tricky, like I said, with Hazelwood coming back. You do not know how Tim David is placed. Will they have Tim David in the scenario where David comes? Will they drop a Romario? Will Punjab go with both Chahal and Brar?
The way I look at it is, I think RCB will play with the same 11 that they played with LSE. I think they'll stick with Liam Livingston, because I think he's a big hitter and he knows this ground. He played for Punjab's in the past, so he knows this ground. He's a clean hitter. So that role of Tim David's, he should naturally get in there along with Shepherd, who's also there. Then, thankfully for them, you have Jitesh Sharma, who's almost playing like Dinesh Karthik. Probably all the tips of Dinesh Karthik is coming in very handy to Jitesh. So you have those middle order batsmen like Jitesh, Shepherd, and Liam Livingston. So that I don't think they need to change it for sure. And remember, you have the luxury of people like Mayank and Krunal following late, and they're no mean batters. Krunal can hit a long ball too. So that's their strength, and I don't think they'll mess around with that order, which help them. When it comes to Punjab, yeah.
Sorry. So my question was, because Nuwan Tushara did very well in the absence of Hazelwood in the match yesterday. So do you think RCB would think of playing both Hazelwood and Tushara and probably drop Livingston or maybe a Bhuvneshwar Kumar?
Bhuvneshwar Kumar, they obviously cannot drop, because you have that four overseas players. So they have to either drop Shepherd or Liam, one of the two. I still believe that when Hazelwood is there, I think their first choice will be there, and he has come all the way from Australia, so he better be used. When it comes to Punjab, I think they are on a tricky wicket in a way when it comes to selecting Chahal, because you can't leave Chahal for this all-important match for sure. And but at the same time, the other left-arm spinner Brar has done fairly well in restricting teams. So, and otherwise, there's no spin for them really. And then you have bowlers like all-rounders like Stoinis, who's never bowled continuously for them. So it's a difficult call for them to pick Chahal, but I think they will go for Chahal. And otherwise, the batting order remains the same. Simran, Priyansh, English, and Shreyas donning the first four, and followed by Stoinis and Nehal. Nehal has been another good resource batter for them, lower order. So Sushant Singh, who is also, whenever the opportunity came, he always came and scored for the team. So it's a very, very solid, again, settled team. I don't think they'll meddle around much with them.
Abhishek, what do you think? Do you think Punjab will go in with both Brar as well as Chahal? Brar also gives you that good batting option. He can conk a couple of sixes at that place and probably drop someone like maybe Vishak, Stoinis. Any thoughts on that?
Stoinis, I think it'll be a tough decision to drop Stoinis, considering all the international experience. I mean, I'm optimistic that Chahal will come in, but I have this feeling that the matchup between Chahal and if a Tim David plays, not
Hmm.
I'm not very sure he could get tonked out of the park because of the leg spin and the angles. Brar gives you some very good angles to work around, especially considering his left arm spin. So tough choice there. I know they will go with the quicks for sure, but that one spinner's position is still open. Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
just from gut feeling, I hope our leg spinner man plays very extremely well because he has a point to prove against RCB, older franchise and all that jazz. And
Absolutely.
uh, considering RCB, that's a good point, Hari sir. Should I be changing a winning combination which just chased 230 odd runs couple of days ago? If I'm a sane individual, I will not change. But of course, considering Mulanpur, tough decisions. Maybe once again, since we're talking about left arm spin, I know Krunal Pandya is somewhere in between spin and slow dollies, but maybe he could play because he gives you a difference in terms of attack. Someone who I think someone once told me is a street smart bowler. He can play according to the conditions, so he could be your X factor. So, just to answer your question, X factor Chahal for Punjab and X factor Krunal Pandya for RCB.
Yeah, given Kohli from RCB, I think the only other player who can match him in terms of experience, the number of matches that he's played, is probably Chahar, isn't it? A big
Yes.
match player. You would want to have him in the scheme of things, but that again pans down in terms of how Punjab would they want to have two spinners in their scheme of things. That brings me players to watch out for, Hari sir. Maybe one player from each side.
Difficult to pick one, but I think I'll pick two.
Two.
My pick is definitely Priyansh from Punjab. I think he'll give a good start. He should. And Shreyas, he has got a point to prove when it comes to batting. And for RCB, of course, Jersey 18 is what we are weighing, looking for a big score again, so that they sail comfortably to finals. And I'm also thinking that it's high time that the good score is due from Patidar. He has got some starts, but I think this pitch will suit his style of play. He should also get some runs tomorrow, is my feeling. And bowlers, we named them. For Punjab, it is Arshdeep, and for RCB, it's Hazelwood. He should be there for sure.
Yeah, RCB would also be hoping that Patidar can actually captain them tomorrow.
Yes.
He's sort of stayed away from the ground, so that might be a big plus for them. Just adding on to the performance of what they did yesterday in the field. Abhishek, what about you?
Yeah, I'll stick to X Factor people. Punjab has to be. In all this discussion, we are forgetting about Josh Inglis. I mean, can be
Yes.
also can be a very good player when you need it, especially the shots that he plays, the ramps and the pickups. So, still, I'd go with bowling definitely Arshdeep because of because that is one player, and you would all agree that over the past 3 years he has grown exponentially, and now with the opportunity to go to England as well, so he's right up there. So Arshdeep as a bowler and Shreyas Iyer as a batsman for Punjab. Uh, RCB continues to be VK18. He seems to be in great frame of mind, and Hazelwood for sure, undoubtedly.
Hazelwood. Okay, yes, I think I agree with you. I will also probably go with Shreyas Iyer and Arshdeep, given that last over that he bowled the other day, giving out just 3 runs in the
3 runs, yeah.
3 runs. From RCB, not so sure about Hazelwood because I don't know how jet lag is treating him, and given that he's joining the team after a considerable amount of break, I would probably go with, of course, Phil Salt and Virat Kohli from right at the top. So
We needed that spice with the salt, right? Yeah.
Yes. And you know what? There are some batsmen like Abhishek very rightly said, English. we don't really consider him as batsman, wicketkeeper batsman for sure.
Right.
And especially somehow the purists like Shubman Gill or Virat Kohli, you can bank on them. Somehow, English and this ram shots, or even Surya Kumar Yadav also, he somehow gets the ball away from the field. Otherwise, they're all catches, But you can't pick them and say, oh, he's going to score for sure.
Yeah.
Which guarantee you have from purist batsmen like even Shreyas Iyer or Virat Kohli. I think that's the difference they bring to the table.
Awesome. I'm sure it's going to be one mouth-watering contest at Mulanpur, RCB versus Punjab Kings. Now, my final question to both of you. Your prediction as to who's going to be winning it.
My wish and my prediction, I'll give 51 to RCB, 49 to Punjab.
Oh my God.
Abhishek, I'm sure you'll reverse it.
Yeah, let's flip it. Let's flip it. Just for the joy of this conversation, let's make it 51 Punjab and 49 RCB. I know. Just for the joy of conversations.
Yes. And I'm sure I'll not be disappointed too, even if Punjab wins. That's true. They played lovely cricket, yes.
I'm going to sit on the fence. I'm going to say 50-50 because I think that's what both these teams have been throughout this season. Had sort of a similar journey, good opening batsmen, good top order batsmen, a middle order which sort of came good for RCB in the previous match, but otherwise more or less a middle order which sort of did not deliver up until this point of time. Good strong bowling, not much of dependence on spin. So I'm going to go with 50-50.
So that means we'll have a super over to decide it.
Decide it. Yes.
Nothing better than that.
Great.
Awesome. On that note, thank you so much, Hari sir. Abhishek, thank you so much. We will see you all with, of course, the rest of the matches, the Eliminator coming up. And also we have some special episodes coming up with regard to the other 6 teams, what their roadmap is going to be coming up for the next season of IPL. That and much more coming up for you at GullyTalk, which is following all the action at IPL 2025. But for now, it is Qualifier 1 tomorrow. Happy viewing to all of you. Please like, share, and subscribe to GullyTalk. Bye-bye.